So you're looking at this big tax bill you're going to have to pay for Roth conversions, and you're wondering, so how long is it going to take before I start seeing the benefit? Well, today I'll just kind of give you a brief intro of how long it really takes for a Roth conversion to kind of pay for itself, or at least what the elements are that you need to think about, or what most people overlook when they're doing the math in it. What it means for a Roth conversion to pay off in some people's mind is, when is the balance of my account after I pay the taxes going to be the same or greater than what it would have been had I not paid the taxes? And I get the reason for the question. So it doesn't really recognize the real benefits of doing the Roth conversions, but I do agree the calculation needs to be made. But it really depends on your age. It depends on the amount of taxes that you pay, your investment returns, withdrawals that you plan on making. There's this certain break-even point in a lot of people's mind in the context of Roth conversions, but you're really trading upfront taxes for long-term tax-free growth and some freedom from a lot of expenses that could happen from, say, IRMA premiums and those kinds of things. The payback really starts when the tax-free growth exceeds the taxes that you paid and the resulting balance of it, or maybe when you avoid whatever maybe higher future tax rates. The payback starts to happen also when you reduce those future required minimum distributions enough to where you pay less on Social Security tax, your Medicare surcharges go down, all those kinds of things. There are several factors that impact your Roth payback timeline: your age, your spouse's age, rate of return on your investments, the distribution amounts that you can take from your accounts, tax rates that you're maybe going to be paying, other income sources, and the source that you'll use for paying the tax on the conversions. All those matter. When conversions make sense for um, a lot of people, but I would say some really slam dunk situations are if you have larger IRA balances. I refer to you as an IRA millionaire. It's really a slam dunk that, as long as you're not taking a lot of money out of that IRA for living expenses. If you're under 59 and a half and you have outside assets from the 401k or the IRAs to pay taxes, you're also a good candidate to do the conversions. Or let's say you don't have a lot of money outside the 401k, but you're maximizing your contributions each year. You can redirect those contributions to use that money to do conversions, really put yourself in really a much better plan. But, if you're 59 to 75 and you're not taking large amounts for living expenses, then you really are a great candidate to get some Roth conversions done. If you're 75 and older and your focus is on making sure that you don't leave your heirs with some huge major mess of taxes they have to pay, then you're also a great candidate. Probably is not a payoff or a break even in your time frame. You will see some benefits, but the real benefits come down the road. The conversions are may not pay off if you're pulling a lot of money from your IRA for living expenses, and you also have to pay taxes from that account. It may not be worth it. And when your balances are really not so large today as to generate those unruly RMDs later. When I say unruly, maybe you can use deductions or qualified charitable donations, those kinds of things, and stay under the radar on those. So look, Roth conversions do pay off, but the timeline really depends on your tax picture, your time horizon, a lot of very personal information. And it's not just about math, it's about getting the planning done. But run your own numbers or work with a specialist in the field that really understands conversions and spends a lot of time at it.